Now we are starting with the uh, next topic of reproduction in lower and higher plants. It is the structure of anatropous ovule. So our next topic is the structure of anatropous ovule. It is given on page number 4 of your textbook. So what is mean by anatropous ovule? So first of all, the word anatropous, it refers to upside down. Ana means upside down. Anatropy, tropy means the location. So anatropous ovule, it is the type of ovule whose opening is located towards the base and its basal portion is flipped upward, that is towards the stigma side. So such type of ovule is called as the anatropous ovule, and the anatropous ovule is the most common type of ovule among the angiosperm plants. There are many more different types of ovules present, and like orthotropous ovule, hemianatropous ovule, campylotropous, cercinotropous, different types of ovules are there, but the anatropous ovule is the most common type of ovule. It is present in angiosperm. So as you can see in the diagram at page number 4, a typical anatropous ovule is shown. We can divide the the structure of anatropous ovule into two main part. The first part is called as the stalk part. So the stalk is that portion from where the ovule is connected to the ovary. This portion is called as the stalk part. So this is the stalk portion, and this portion is responsible for connecting the complete ovule to the wall of the ovary. And this entire globular structure, this complete structure, it is called as the body of the ovule. So this ovule or this globular structure is called as the body of the ovule. Now stalk, this it is also called as the funicle part. This part, it is also called the stalk or funicle. It connects the ovule to the wall of the ovary. Now this is responsible for providing the nutritional support to the whole body. Inside this stalk, there is a fertile structure present. This is called as the placenta. This placenta is responsible for providing nourishment to the developing body of the ovule. Now we will study each and every part in the body of the ovule. So in the body of the ovule, as you can see, the globular portion, this complete body, the portion from where the funicle is attached to the body, this portion, it is called as the hilum part. It is called as the hilum part. The hilum is responsible for connection between body and the funicle. Then the middle central portion, this entire middle central portion, this one which is shown by the green color, this middle portion, it is called as the embryo sac. Embryo sac. Inside this embryo sac, the portion which you can see here, this complete the surrounding to the embryo sac, this portion, it is called as the nucellus. And nucellus, it consists of the parenchymatous cell, and actually nucellus is also referred to as megasporangium proper, because the entire ovule, this entire ovule is also called megasporangium. The tissues which are present surrounding to the embryo sac, they are called the nucellus. One of the cell of the nucellus, it develops to form the embryo sac, which is shown by the green color. Now inside the embryo sac, you can see there are 3 cells to the upside and 3 cells to the lower side. The upper portion of the body, it is called as the chalazal portion, or it is called the chalaza. So this is the hard lump like structure, hard tissue like structure, it is called as the chalaza. And just opposite to the chalaza, a small opening is there. This opening is called as the micropyle. The micropyle is that opening from where the pollen tube enters for fertilization. So the pollen tube enters for the purpose of fertilization, this portion. Actually micropyle is a small pore like structure or opening where the two covering, these are the two coverings which are called integuments. These are the two integuments, they meet together and they leave behind a small pore like structure which is called as the micropyle. So from this micropyle, the pollen tube enters for the purpose of fertilization. Then in the middle you can see the green color structure called as the embryo sac. This embryo sac, it consists of three cells which are located towards the chalazal portion and three cells which are located towards the micropylar portion. So the three upward cells, they are called as the antipodal cells, and these three cells, they are called together, they are called egg apparatus. Now the antipodal cells, they are the accessory cells. They do not have any specified function. Actually they are the division byproduct of the megasporangium or ovule. So they do not perform any function. Later on, after the process of fertilization is completed, these three cells, they get degenerated. Then the lower three cells, the side two cells, they are called as the synergid cell. Synergid cells are the helper cells. These synergid cells, uh, they help in fertilization process. So when fertilization takes place, these synergid cells, like if we draw, this is the middle cell which is called as the egg. Then surrounding to this there are two more cells which are called synergid cell. So these are the two synergid cell. These synergid cell, when the fertilization tube, this is the fertilization tube. Okay, let me take another color. Okay, see, this is our tube, pollen tube. Inside it there are two male gametes. These are the two male gamete, and this is the middle egg cell, and these are the two surrounding cells. So as soon as this is the tube nucleus, so as this tip of the pollen tube, it reaches the synergid cell, these synergid cell, they will form some finger like projection. These are the finger like projections, and these finger like projections, they will take or capture the tip of the pollen tube. So as a result, the pollen tube is transferred inside the embryo sac, and then the first male gamete, okay, the first male gamete, suppose this is the pollen tube, then tube nucleus get degenerated. This is the first male gamete, this is the second male gamete. So the first male gamete, it fuses with the egg cell. This is called as the first fertilization. And this second male gamete, it fuses with the middle cell. The middle cell is called as the secondary nucleus. Actually this secondary nucleus, it is a fusion of the two nuclei. So there are two small nuclei in the secondary nucleus, and as the ovule matures, both of those two nuclei, they get fused with each other, and after their fusion they form the secondary nucleus. So this secondary nucleus, it participate in the second fertilization. So when the process of fertilization occurs, the second male gamete, this is the pollen tube, the first male gamete, it fuses with the egg cell. This is the egg cell, middle one, and the second male gamete which is there, this second male gamete, it fuses with this secondary nucleus, and after fusion of the second male gamete with the secondary nucleus, it forms a temporary cell which is called as primary endosperm nucleus. This primary endosperm nucleus, it later on develops into a nutritive tissue which is called as the endosperm, and as the formation of endosperm takes place, this endosperm, it nourishes the zygote, which is the fusion product of the egg cell with the first male gamete. So this is the complete structure of the anatropous ovule. We will study the process of double fertilization after this topic. When this topic is completed, we will study as a separate topic the process of fertilization. We will see in the next segment.